So you should see my opening slide again, Seth. Is that there?
Yep, you're on.
Okay. All right. Looks like we're good to go. I'm going to kind of run through since we've ate up a little bit of our time here. As Seth mentioned, and if I guess nobody heard this before, so I'm our sales consultant here at Oracle. And what I'm going to do today is show our Oracle Sales Cloud, our flagship customer relationship solution. And what we're going to do, jumping into the demo in just a minute, I want to give just a brief overview of what we're going to see and kind of how we differentiate ourselves from the rest of the market today. Because realistically, CRM, the core functionality hasn't changed regarding what CRM can do. But how it's consumed by companies and by users, sales managers, salespeople, marketing people, that's changed. And we've understood that at Oracle and know that we need to be nimble in that environment. So today we're going to take a look at three key areas of how our Oracle Sales Cloud CRM is consumed. One is via our desktop solution or our Outlook functionality. We're also going to take a look at our mobile solution on an iPhone as well as our core CRM functionality when you log into the solution via the web. So the focus today is around this one pillar of what CRM typically does, our sales productivity. Again, these are the key elements that haven't changed over the years: opportunity management, and being able to deal with your customer in an effective way, having data in a system that you can report on. That's really kind of our focus. And my goal today is to show how we can do that the most effective way possible among us or among all the competition out there. But one key thing to know about Fusion CRM is we designed it to be very scalable. And we include elements that typically you would have to purchase as complete bolt-on solutions, or you'd have to look to third parties to provide. So we bring in these other pillars of CRM functionality, like over on the left you'll see sales performance. So our base package includes something like territory management and forecasting. And you can add on quota management and set up compensation. So we add those functionalities that typically customers want later on down the road, but it's hard to put into the solution, whereas they're built directly into our Oracle Sales Cloud. We also have things like sales prospecting and basic campaign management, as well as the ability to extend into other areas of your business as needed as you grow. So the key here is to be scalable and meet the needs of many different kinds of companies. Another thing or challenge with CRM solutions is the complexity of it. More and more companies want lots of different things for your CRM to do, but they still want it to be a very easy to use and consumable medium. Oracle Sales Cloud can accomplish that in many different ways. There isn't just one place to go in and do CRM functionality. Some users only want a couple key tools, people that just work leads all day long, or people that just work opportunities and call on customers. They're only needing a few key tools, but every once in a while they may need access to a tool like the one you see on the left, to where they do have all the robustness and all the depth that they may need from time to time. Oracle Sales Cloud really can accommodate all types of users and all types of needs. There really isn't one best way to do it. So my goal again today is to show how Oracle Sales Cloud will be the most effective, efficient, and easy CRM solution for your sales organization and to use. So we're going to start with our Outlook view. We'll take a look at, there's a little reverse here. We'll jump into our desktop view, and then we'll finish up in mobile. And again, if there's any questions, if you can go ahead and ping them to us, and we'll have some main Q&A at the end of the session here. So I'm going to go ahead and get into our Outlook integrated piece here. Bear with me. So you should be seeing my Outlook inbox. And Seth, if you want to just give me a ping there just to make sure that that switch went okay, that'd be great.
Yep, that's good.
Okay. So the key thing here before I go through a couple simple scenarios is kind of posing a question. Why is this important? And the reason we put so much effort into this integration is because more and more people simply ask for it. They have a lot of users that are spending a lot of time in Outlook, and they don't want to have to copy and paste or jump back and forth between this and their CRM solution. So what we've done is created a very seamless integration into Outlook. It truly is the best in the industry as far as functionality, breadth of information that can be accessed here, and ease of use. So the syncing happens behind the scenes. When you make changes here in Outlook, those changes happen across all the other ways that you can consume the CRM tool. So two key scenarios I want to walk through today are adding contacts and adding interactions in the way of an email, and how easy they are. So again, for those people that are in Outlook and you have a hard time getting those users to capture that information in Outlook and put it in the CRM tool, we really take care of that in an easy way. So we'll take a look at this email example here first of all. Got an email about a demonstration that we did or presentation. It looks good. I'm selling servers and hardware into technology corporations. So my contact, Cole Mitchell here, has given me a new contact and also said that, great demo. I want to give you somebody else to reach out to so we can push through this deal. Two key things I would want to do as a sales rep. I would want to capture this contact, this John Kramer, and also capture this email. First thing I want to do is capture John Kramer. So just like I would in Outlook, I'm going to right-click on his name, add him to my contacts. And I'm brought to this screen here where I can add other information, his phone number, and any other bits of info that were sent my way. And you'll see this grayed out bar right here. What this is the key to the integration. As soon as I click it, it turns orange, and the words say shared with Oracle Fusion. That's really as simple as it is to make sure that this information is no longer just a local contact, but now the next time the sync runs in the background again, this contact will be added to the Pinnacle Technology Company in my CRM solution. And any sort of interaction that I have with this contact, and granted he's new, there's no information down here yet about what opportunities he's part of, leads he's part of. But as that information grows, I'll be able to access that here in Outlook as well. And if I want to keep him local, he's not somebody I need to share with my CRM solution, I simply click on that link as well. And it's grayed out. Now he's just a local contact. So again, one click, and I've shared this contact, made sure that the information gets into my CRM solution. It seems simple, but in reality, this really has not been that easy before in any iteration of an Outlook integration in the past. The other example is capturing emails. We get a lot of content in emails as salespeople and organizations that we need in our CRM solution. So when turnover happens, we can go back and see what's going on, or if somebody else is working the account and they want to take a look at information, I want to make sure that all the content is in there that I need to see. So let's make it easy for our users to get this information in there. When I open up this email, looks like I clicked on the customer as well, I have that same orange bar. This time it's actually defaulted to automatically share. I'm just assuming that any email I click into is going to be kind of mandatory to sync with my CRM solution. But again, if I want to keep this local, it's a personal email or not very relevant, click on that bar. Now it's just saved to my Outlook files. But this is relevant, so it brings up these windows here. I have my customer, which is automatically found. If I want to relate this to an opportunity, for instance, I can start typing and go find the opportunity it belongs to. And then I can add relevant contacts so that when I go into my CRM solution, I can say that this email is really kind of tied to these people that I'm working on in this opportunity. So again, the method here is this needs to be as easy and simple to use for users so they actually use it and you get the data that you need in your CRM tool. So just in a couple minutes, I showed how we've taken the bulk of the pain that companies experience and made it really an effective tool, an effective CRM kind of input. A couple other key things I wanted to point out here is the breadth of CRM solution we've integrated into this environment. So over on the left, I have my standard objects that I would in Outlook, but we've added key CRM functionality here and data. So I can see my opportunities, my leads, all my customers. Over on the right, I can see all of my tasks, and these can be created here in Outlook, or they could have been created in CRM. No matter where they're created, they can all show and flow here. Another area I want to point out is in the upper right here, some other key fields. So I can create new CRM content directly in Outlook. I can create a Fusion-only contact. I can create a new lead. I can create a new opportunity. And just to show you how I can get work done while I'm in Outlook, because maybe this is the first thing I'm in the morning, I'm going to use the customer called Pinnacle Technologies. We're going to go find them and take a look at an opportunity so you can see the range of what's available here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on customers. I have a simple view of all the customers that I own as a rep. I'm going to go ahead and search for Pinnacle Technologies. We'll double click on them. And notice I didn't jump into another solution. I've kept a look and feel of what I'm used to in Outlook. What I've done is added CRM functionality. So I have a list of all my opportunities, leads, appointments, contacts, all the things I would expect to see in a CRM solution I now have access to in Outlook. So if I get an email where I need to go modify an opportunity, I don't have to log into a separate tool. I can jump right in here, go modify that opportunity, and continue on with my work. A couple other key things we've added to make things simple. A lot of times you need to schedule a meeting with all the people working within an account, or send an email to all the contacts on a certain opportunity. Again, with the shortcuts we've added in our integration, I can easily do that. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule a meeting with my sales team. Maybe we need an account review. What it'll do is pull in all the people in my sales team that work on this account. I can draft this email and send it out. And again, you see this is shared with Fusion. Same thing with sending email to maybe contacts. If I want to blast an email out to all my contacts, it'll pull everybody from that company, and I can go ahead and do that right from Outlook. My goal today isn't to click into everything. If I clicked into everything that you saw today, we'd be here way too long. It's really to highlight the ease and functionality of what we can do here. A lot of people want to see, what's available, how deep is the information here. Let's click into an opportunity to give you an example. We're going to look at this data center upgrade here. There we go. So now I'm in the opportunity level. And I can quickly go in here, take a look at the previous notes that I had that I would expect to see. I even have attachments. So if I have an opportunity plan or some sort of documentation I have as a salesperson, I have access to that here. And I can add attachments or take care of them as well. But what seems very powerful here is I can go and add revenue items. And that's something that you're not going to find out there with all the other CRM vendors. I can do a lot here in modifying my opportunity and really do most of my work in Outlook without ever having to jump into any other solution. So hopefully in that few short minutes, I showed you the power that we put into the solution. And again, the goal here is to make it as easy and effective for users to use CRM and get information into the tool. So in this scenario, I'm acting as a sales rep, or maybe I'm a field salesperson, so I travel, but I start my day at home. Hence why I'd probably jump into Outlook first. So the next thing I want to do is maybe I need to head into the office and get a few things organized. I really need to jump into my CRM tool now to help me see where my gaps are, what I need to focus on. I'm going to go ahead and log into Oracle Sales Cloud. And just 1 minute while this loads, and I'll share my screen again. So now I've logged in as Lisa Jones up here in this upper right, who's our salesperson. And here's my home page. The scenario that I wanted to walk through today are a couple key things. What do most people need to accomplish during the day? It's going to be hard to hit every topic that all of you came to see today. So I want to hit on a few generalities of what might be applicable and highlight some of the key usability features within Oracle Sales Cloud. One thing I do want to focus on is the fact that we are very, I don't want to say report heavy, but you can put reports and analysis anywhere you want within this solution. This home page is an example of what sort of things can be put on any page here. I have a bar that shows news alerts maybe from my company. I might have a report right here that shows me what's important in my world. So as a salesperson, I might be concerned with leads because I'm constantly going through those. You can see that I also have my forecast report here, as well as some feeds from outside resources. One thing I do want to focus on very quickly is over here where my mouse is called the Oracle Social Network. More and more companies are trying to be more collaborative in their efforts. And depending on the type of business you're in, you may have a team working together in an account to accomplish a lot of things. And we've built the Oracle Social Network into CRM so that you can handle that kind of collaborative approach if needed. And this isn't just a bunch of useless updates. Some of our competition have a social network as well. But what you can really do here that you can't in others is subscribe to things that you really care about and really kind of opt out of just stuff that doesn't matter to you. So for instance, if I scroll down and see all these conversations, if I click into a conversation, maybe my sales team is working together on a server upgrade, and we have different plans and agreements that we're working on. Well, rather than having to deal with emails back and forth, I can create a conversation within that customer account and invite the different people in my sales team. As you see here, I've got multiple players, 3 people, and work with them within my CRM solution on how we're going to work with this customer. And the great thing about this is it's all captured as this conversation and attached to the customer record. So again, rather than having to go find an email correspondence I had with somebody in my sales team, I have a record of it right here. So a lot of power and organization and collaboration. One of the first things I want to show is how I can jump in and manage my role as maybe a lead generator or somebody who's working on new content. I have some quick links over here. We're going to take a look at kind of a standard sales flow of going into an opportunity and what we can see there. But I want to start out with maybe in my quarter, it's kind of the first part of my quarter, I need to get some new business. I need to work on some leads is my scenario that I want to show today. So the first thing I'm going to click on is leads. That brings me to basically a list of all the leads that have come my way. I can start working on these leads by simply clicking into one of them. I'll take just a minute to show how this area of the solution works. Every company has a different process for working through leads, kind of a pre-opportunity action. If you have a very specific process of how you want to score things, how you determine if something's warm or hot or cold, those methodologies can be built into Oracle Sales Cloud, as you can see here. So I have an example of maybe kind of a question script that I would use as I call through my leads. And as I go through and as I answer these, my score will change. And if I get through this and I determine that this is a very good lead, I can simply come up to my actions. I can convert it to an opportunity. Maybe this actually belongs to somebody else and I can reassign it. If it's something that's not good, I can reject it. So in a couple simple clicks, I can work through leads quickly and, again, start building business and revenue for my territory and for my company as a whole. Another important thing that a lot of companies want is the ability for their sales reps to kind of launch their own campaigns. They own their own areas. Built into Oracle Sales Cloud is the ability to do that. Over on the left, I'm going to click into an area called Manage Sales Campaigns. Now, these are very simple email campaigns with simple content. If those who are on the phone, if you're looking for more robust campaign management, multi-campaigns, landing pages, integration with your website, Oracle has offerings, and Excellus can also help in that area. But today we're focusing on really what's kind of out of the box with this solution, which is quite a bit. So now I'm managing my basic sales campaigns. I can see all the things that I've created in the last little while right here. So I can see what that campaign is, who owns it, when it was created, and what the status is. I can see that a few of these are waiting to be activated. Maybe I kind of put them off and I want them to launch in a few weeks. And I can also see some completed campaigns. Let's click into one really quick. As I click into a completed campaign, I have some basic information that lets me know how successful that campaign was. So I can see, here's my total contacts, and the breakdown of how those contacts fell into response rates. Those are requested callbacks, those that actually open the email, and who they are. And if I click into any one of these areas, it'll actually bring up those people. So I can quickly jump in and give this person a call and see if I can close some business with them. Another thing I can do is duplicate a successful campaign. And I want to walk through how easy it is to maybe duplicate a list of people that I want to send another sort of invite out to. So maybe this is a core group of people, a core group of customers, and I get typically good response rates from them. So in a couple minutes, I want to illustrate how easy it is to create a campaign, launch it, so that I have some prospecting going on for me while I'm doing some other things. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this campaign. It looks like it's a pretty good one. What this does is bring me to a simple wizard. You can see my steps at the top, and I'm going to walk through this again in just a few, probably about a minute and a half, and show how easy it is to replicate and blast out an email campaign. So I can go ahead and change the name because maybe this is about a round table that's coming up. So that's what this is. I'm just using the contacts from a previous campaign. Move to my next area here. It shows me all the contacts that I currently have. I can go ahead and add new contacts right here with this green plus from previous campaigns or maybe other lists that I've segmented as a representative. And if there's some people here that I just want to make, they told me they don't want to hear from us anymore, I go ahead and modify that very quickly and get rid of people. If my list looks great, I move on to the next place here. And this is where I can go select a template. So hopefully you have a good marketing department that gives you content like this. If you don't, you can actually create it on your own as a sales rep as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab some pre-built content here about a round table. We'll go ahead and select that. Takes me to my next step. I'm moving down the pipe here. And I have my template now that I can go edit the content. Maybe this is a generic flyer, and each time I use it, I just need to go in and modify the dates. I can go ahead and do that very easily here. This is a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. I can go in and manipulate that very easily. If everything looks good, I can go ahead and preview this, send myself an email, or create some merge fields, and basically test to make sure that it's really going to look good once I send it out. If everything passes muster, I move on to my next step here. And the last step, if I want to delay this for maybe next week, if I want to set myself up some reminders or follow-up steps, I can do that here. If everything looks good, I can simply go ahead and launch, and this is queued to launch when I want it to, or I can launch it right now. So in less than 5 minutes, I copied a successful campaign, grabbed some content, sent out some emails, and I'm on to the next task for my day. Again, I'm trying to be an effective sales rep. I'm trying to get stuff in my pipeline, and now I need to go work on my pipeline. The next area I wanted to jump into here is just core customer relationship management. And where I'm going to do that is what we call our sales dashboard. Is probably where I would start. go ahead and not save my changes here. We're not going to run that campaign today. A lot of customers ask for the ability to create customized dashboards on the fly. That can be done within Oracle Sales Cloud. Here's an example of two sort of dashboards. And we've designed these as kind of how I might organize my day as a sales rep. I would definitely want to see what's on my calendar. Don't have a lot going on today, so maybe I can make some customer calls. These reports give an example of the depth of the information that we can pull from. So I may have key contacts that I'm constantly calling every couple of weeks. I may have be a task-oriented person, or I might just have top customers that I want to jump into. I'm going to jump over to this other tab really quick, just to also show another example of a dashboard view and the depth of our reporting. So as a sales rep, I get paid by selling, and I need to see where I'm at. And this simple report helps me know where I'm at in my quarter and what I need to focus on. So it sounds like I need to start working on some pushing some deals further through my pipeline. I've got a lot at the beginning. Today I need to make some calls and get some selling done. If I want to take a more in-depth look, our reports are quite live. I can click into that area. And what it does is open up a more in-depth report on my pipeline, what's making up each one of those stages. And again, I can immediately begin working by clicking into one of these areas or opportunities and calling on these contacts, calling on these customers, and moving my sales through that pipeline. Let's just go back to the Home tab here. So the scenario I want to stick with today is, again, I'm reaching out to Pinnacle Technologies. Let's just jump into that customer and see what we have going on today with them, or opportunity-wise. What I want to illustrate here is how we organize the data at the customer level. So over on the left is my customer tree of information. This stays very static. And this can be optimized and configured to however each one of you would categorize different pieces of information about the companies you work with. So this is a very kind of a generic view. We have profile, contacts, organization chart, and notes, typical things that you would have in the CRM solution organized in that way. We have our opportunities, leads, and down here we even have service. What I want to illustrate here is we can pull information out of other systems, and Excel is very good at helping us do that. So if you need integration into your ordering system or a contract system, and you want to view that in this customer view, well, that information can be added as a link over here, and when you click on that link, it would basically open up a window into that other application or pull certain fields, and it would show up in kind of our work area here. I wanted to highlight a couple just quick key things here of how I might work within this solution that make my job easier. One thing I'm going to click on is organization chart. Some companies deal with a large organization, and they need a way to organize that. This organization chart helps me kind of map out how I need to maneuver within a company. As I look at this, I can see who's who within the company. More importantly, what their influence is. Do they like us? Are they a good contact? So that I can see that, I might need to avoid this person, or I definitely need to work with that person. Again, we're getting at what's the best way to organize all of this information. I'm going to jump down into opportunities and show some of the simple integrations that we put in here that make my life as a sales rep easier. So I'm looking at a list of opportunities. I can arrange this however I'd like and create my own custom queries, as you would expect. But let's go in and look at an opportunity here. I'm going to take a look at new data center server upgrade. At my opportunity view, I have a very good understanding of what's going on with this within the company. A lot of companies have different sales methodologies they use based off of what kind of customer they're working with. You can see over here where my mouse is that I have a standard sales process with this company. But maybe I have an opportunity where I have an accelerated process I'm using because it's part of a promotion or something like that. I can go ahead and easily maneuver back and forth between different sales methodologies. And then the way I manage the opportunity might change. I might have fewer sales stages, different probability percentages that pop up. One thing that is nice within Oracle Sales Cloud is we built in our forecasting very seamlessly. So, for instance, if I'm working on this opportunity and I make a call to Cole Mitchell down here, I get some favorable news, and we're going to go ahead and move this to agreement. What you'll see is a couple things. My win probability automatically went up to 70%. It also increased my win probability down here in my line items. Not quite forecasted, though. I might have a different forecast threshold. So now I moved to the next sales stage. Everything moved up to 90%. And you can see these line items automatically forecasted. I didn't have to do anything on my end. So they rolled in my forecast report. One thing that's different with Oracle that our competitors don't quite have a good handle on is line item forecasting. So maybe I'm definitely sure this first line item is going to come in. I'm not quite sure about these 30 other items. Well, if I want my forecast to be accurate, I can go in and manually adjust that, and it drops from my forecast. So line item editability seems like a simple thing, but it's something that you're not going to find you're going to find almost exclusively with Oracle at this point. There's a lot of things that I could go into and showcase here, but for the sake of time, and I know there's some Q&A and we want to get on the mobile, I'd like to move on to those other things there. You can reach out to Excellus to set up a time to look at this more in depth based off of your own specific sales needs. But I'm going to go ahead and use the time we have left to go over into our mobile area. So let me go ahead and switch over to that here. And what I'm doing is logging into my iPhone. And Seth, again, if you could just let me know if this is coming through okay when I switch to screen sharing. So you guys should be seeing my iPhone. Seth, is that coming through all right?
No, it's there, yes.
Okay. More and more companies are asking for enhanced sales mobility on their mobile devices. I'm on my iPhone today. We also support Android and I believe some versions of BlackBerry with our mobile solution. In the past, mobile solutions were very simple. It was kind of a read-only kind of environment. I can only kind of see a few things, maybe make a couple notes. We've taken that a step further and added a lot of functionality on the mobile device. This can also be accessed on the iPad, and we have an iPad native application as well that's even a little more feature-rich than this. But sticking with the methodology of me being a sales rep, what I'm most concerned with is kind of getting in a solution, getting what I need to do done, and then getting out and on my way, making myself an effective sales rep. So there's a few key things that I have available to me in my mobile device. You can see I have all my standard objects here, but I also have analytics and forecasts. So first off, maybe I want to just see, again, where am I at for the quarter? I'm not at a computer. I need to kind of see what's going on. So I can see quickly that, wow, I really need to work on closing some business early on. So I'm going to reach out to some people today while I'm on the road or on the train and see if I can set up some appointments and get some good news. I'm going to slide over here, and this just helps me navigate quickly to different areas. We'll go back to the home button. So one thing I want to do is just make a couple calls before a meeting I have later today with Pinnacle Systems. Let me go ahead and drill into customers. I have a list of all my customers like we saw in other parts of the application. I can pull down and simply search for a customer of my choice. There we go, Pinnacle Technologies. And I'm brought to a detail screen where I have just basic information about this customer. Now, in the upper right, I'm going to go ahead and click on that box with the arrow. I have options to, like we saw before, I can email all the contacts of this customer. I can email my sales team, add an event or add a task, or just kind of edit basic information about this customer. It seems simple enough, but this sort of functionality typically hasn't been around on a mobile device. The fact that I can do that quickly and send an email out to a bunch of people about a customer is really nice for me as a sales rep. Down below is where I have all the detail about this opportunity, about this company. So I'll click on Opportunities. These are all the different opportunities I have within this customer. We'll come back to one of these in just a minute. I can also see my contacts. And if I click on More, I have even more depth of knowledge here about this customer. My leads, notes, interactions. Maybe I want to see some of the last contacts that we had with this customer, and maybe what one of my team members had done previously. I can go and review that from my phone. So I can go in there and take a look at that interaction. Not a lot there, not the best example, but you can see how easily I can go in and get the information I need before I make a call to somebody on my phone. Again, tasks and sales team. Let's jump back into opportunities, though. If I want to close business and I'm working on this data center upgrade opportunity, I take a look at this and I see that, we've presented this person, and I need to follow up and see where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and find my main contact there. It's Joshua Baker. Cole Mitchell is maybe my holdout, and I just simply remember that. So I'm going to give Cole a call and see what's going on. As I tap into Cole, I might want to get a little bit more information about him, so I can go in again and see notes or interactions if I haven't talked with him before. Let's go back to the details here. So I can see some information about him. I can send him a quick email. I've got his phone number right here. I'm going to go ahead and give him a quick call. And what it's going to do is going to jump me out of the solution for just a minute, but then bring me back in and prompt me to log an interaction. So I'm ending my call. Next time I jump back into Fusion, Oracle Sales Cloud, it prompts me, I just had an interaction. I just made a call. Do I want to enter it now? Well, in this scenario, maybe I found out that Cole's ecstatic about our product. He wants to move the close date up 2 weeks. And wouldn't that be great? I'll go ahead and click yes. Brings up an interaction template. Click down on my description. Use Siri instead of typing, since I'm driving maybe, which I shouldn't be doing any of this probably. Move close date up 2 weeks. So I can go ahead and dictate quickly what happened in that interaction. Save it there. I can jump back into that opportunity, which, my apologies, I think I went back a little too far. I can jump back into that opportunity, go ahead and edit it, and I'm going to move this up to negotiation. It was a great presentation they're going to buy. And like we saw before in the other part of Oracle Sales Cloud, we saw my win probability automatically increased 90%. This sets it up to forecast it automatically, and I've done this all from my phone. So very simple example, but very powerful example of what I can do on my mobile device. Last thing I want to show at the end of our time here is a feature called Around Me. For those of us that have extra time at the end of our day or time in the middle of our day when appointments cancel, we may need to see, well, what can I do with this time? How can I be effective? The Around Me feature takes a notation of where I am, and then sees who are my contacts, opportunities, or customers that are within a certain radius that I set in my area. So I'm going to take a look at what customers are close to me. I've got an extra hour and a half. So I'm the green pin there. I'll quickly go in and see, okay, there's Applied Microcircuits. They're pretty close. But what do I have going on with them? I haven't talked to them for a while. I can go in, jump into the customer, quickly see what opportunities we have going on with them. And if that looks good, I can go ahead and reach out to a contact there, give Aaron Riley a call, see if he has time for me to stop by, and see if I can close the business with him. So again, simple example, but powerful of how I can be a very effective person on my phone on the road. With that, I've really kind of come to the end of what I wanted to cover today. I know it was a little bit of a whirlwind. We didn't jump into every aspect of Oracle Sales Cloud. I did want to highlight some of the things that do make it more user-friendly, easy to use, and effective for me as a sales rep or maybe a sales manager.